All right, we're back live on Sirius XM Faction Talk 103 Trunk Nation. Eddie Trunk here talking rock with you every weekday, live in the 3 to 5 Eastern window. This guy's a little bit late. He was probably busy doing squats or bench presses or something like that. He is on the juice, as we all know, heavy steroid user. Zakk Wylde joins us live right now on Trunk Nation. Were you on the bench?
That's right, it's steroid boy. What are you doing over there, Fatherhead?
What were you doing? Squats? What were you doing, Zakk?
Well, don't forget the growth hormone as well. I gotta do as a Barbie Wilde escort boy. I have to do what I gotta do. So she runs a tight ship over here. They call me Wednesday. I'm working for that weekend slot, but I enjoy. I take my job seriously. But anyways, what are you doing over there?
I'm in Vegas now.
Obviously, you're talking about rock, so that's what's going on. You're talking about UFO, and you're talking about all that good stuff. I know what you're
talking today about ACDC announcing U.S. shows. You heard about that, right?
Which is always a great thing.
Yes. The only thing is, people are bummed out in certain cities because they're not playing New York, they're not playing the Bay Area, they're not playing certain areas, and I'm like, well, maybe there will be more coming. We'll see. I don't know how you leave those markets out, but
the bottom line is you always do this. I mean, what me and the Immortal Beloved do, what me and Barb do, is you make it a date night, you make it a road trip. That's always fun. You grab your buddies, and you all figure out what date we're going to go see ACDC or whatever favorite band it is you love, and then you go see them, and you make a trip out of it. So that's always it's always a good thing. You never have lemons, bro. You always make lemonade. You just figure out a way around it.
Yeah, well, that's it. Because I knew people that were going over to Europe to see them, so it's a little easier to go.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you make it an experience. You have a great time with your friends. It's always good.
Hey, so I'm in Vegas now. I'm going to come see you tomorrow because you're playing here in Vegas at the Brooklyn Bowl tomorrow with Zakk Sabbath and a bill that also features a couple other tribute acts on it with Zoso and the Iron Maidens. I know those girls. I've seen them many times.
Yeah, they're amazing. And the Zoso guys, I've known the guys since I've known them for almost like 8 years now. They're all great people, and they just crush it when they're doing Zeppelin. So it's a great time, bro.
So for people that don't know about Zakk Sabbath, because you actually re-recorded did you do Paranoid too? I know you did the first album. You actually re-recorded it, right? You did your own recording.
Yes, and the review on that one was Zakk Sabbath they redo the entire first Black Sabbath debut album. And the review was, and why? So that was awesome. And so I think the review on this new one that we did, Doomed Forever, Forever Doomed, obviously we're doing them all, we did the first album. So now we did obviously Paranoid and Master Reality. And once again, the review was, I have to ask the question once again, and I'm baffled. Why? Why does the world need this? It's just a great thing. It's just, so it's like, the question, I remember Hendrix, our son, when he was probably about 8 years old, Barb was like doing something in the kitchen, and I was just, just kissing the back of her neck and being romantic, what Cosmo magazine tells you to do to make sure your relationship is on par. And she was just like, "You're annoying me now. You're annoying. That's enough. That's enough. You're annoying." And then our son Hendrix goes, "But Mom, that's what he does. He annoys." So, it's a gift. And I always tell Barb, I go, "You forgot to read the fine print in the contract, in the marriage contract." I go, that's why it pays. You got to read these things, So that's one of my gifts is annoying. So
do you have those? Do you have those reviews up on your studio wall, Zakk?
What's that, buddy?
Do you have those reviews up on your studio wall?
Of course.
Framed?
Without a doubt. Exactly. Well, at least they're talking about us.
Right, exactly. No, all press is good press. So when you go out and do this live, which I know you've been doing for a few years, you play basically all the a mix of all the Ozzy era Sabbath, and tell everybody who else is in the band. You got Blasco on bass, right?
Well, Blasco was doing it, and then Joey obviously is out right now. So we had to bring in the Mongoose. We had to bring in Special Ops. So we have the Mongoose is on bass, and then also on this one, Joey's out with the Bronx right now because Joey's in 65 different bands as well. He plays with the Circle Jerks, the Bronx, and he does all these other things. So it's just he had already made prior commitments. So it was just like, well, who are we going to get on drums? So it was like obviously called up the fabulous Moolah. So we got Jeffy Fab playing drums. So it's just that's what we're doing right now.
Wait, so who's the Mongoose? JD?
Yes, of course, you know that. Who doesn't know that?
This guy.
Exactly. Yeah, Eddie Trunk. Exactly. Father Ed. Yeah. Eddie, exactly. It's easy to forget. Even JD's parents and his brother and sister forgot who he was. So, that's why I love the Goose. You know what I mean? But, it's JD and Jeffy and everything like that. So it's basically, and the beautiful thing about Zakk Sabbath, it's just, nothing's really changed since I was like 16, 17 years old playing keg parties and playing these songs. So now I'm 57 years old, and it's still a keg party, and we're still doing Black Sabbath songs, and except there's a couple more people. But, I mean, that's the beauty of Zakk Sabbath.
When you go out and play this stuff, when you do this, whether it's recording it or playing it live, what's the approach? Do you want to play it as close to how they did it, or you want to put your own Zakk sort of spin on some of the stuff, or a little bit of both?
No, we listen to as much Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber and try and inflict that into these songs. That's what we do. And a lot of the crowd, obviously, because they don't listen to Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga, so they don't realize that we're completely stealing from them. So so it kind of works out really well. They're like, wow, this is an innovative twist on this. But it really isn't, because we're just basically ripping off Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga, and no one has a clue, but they think we're geniuses. So I'll just take that. So I just showed Barbara Ann how special her boyfriend is.
But seriously, do you try to do you open them up a little bit? Do you jam on them a little bit, or you just play it like close to the vest the way people know the recordings?
I mean, there's a lot of jamming going on. It's like it turns into an Allman Brothers jam in a lot of these songs. So it's extended jams and stuff like that. So yeah, we have a blast with it, man.
Has any of the Sabbath guys?
We're playing songs that everybody. I just always say, I go, this is really wonderful. I go, it seems like everybody here knows these songs, so it's great.
Has Geezer, Bill, Tony, or Ozzy ever heard or seen you do this?
No, but we had Bruce Dickinson came down to one of the shows when we did in Paris, and Bruce was like, this is like insane. He just thought, he even said the same thing. He goes, it's like, I really love this band. It's like, I actually know most of these songs these guys are playing.
It's always good.
It's like I've heard them before. Yes, exactly. So, but no, I mean, somebody asked me, they were like, I mean, Ozzy gets a kick out of it. He thinks it's hilarious. You know what I mean? With the whole, the band name and the whole 9 yards. But, and Mom thinks it's hilarious when she sees the merch and stuff like that when we're out on the road. But,
right.
Yeah, the guys, it's, I mean, whenever I've introduced Tony Iommi for lifetime achievements and everything, it's, yeah, I mean, I'm sure the guys are just like getting a kick out of it. But I always tell everybody, I go, what is the point of Zakk Sabbath? I go, well, the whole thing is, this is a break glass in case of emergency backup plan for all the guys. So this way, so they never go broke financially. So the thing is this. If the guys have a serious gambling problem or for whatever reason it is, Geezer buying too many toys and things like that, because he just loves all the, he's a toy collector and comics and everything like that. So in case the guys end up going broke, this way we have Zakk Sabbath, and then we have Oz come out and then do some gigs. So it says Zakk Sabbath featuring Ozzy Osbourne, of the original Black Sabbath. Then we have Zakk Sabbath featuring Ozzy and Bill. And then it's Zakk Sabbath featuring Ozzy, Bill, and Geezer. Then eventually Ozzy, Bill, Geezer, and Tony. And so it says Zakk Sabbath featuring the original Black Sabbath when they go back out on the road so they don't get sued by the promoters as, they did the last tour. See what I'm saying? So there is a bit of genius to this entire thing here. So, just in case that happens, the guys will never not be able to tour again.
Geezer, I have a home in Vegas now. Geezer's been to my house. Geezer lives here now. Geezer played a year ago for me at my party for my 40th in radio. He got up and did some Sabbath songs. Have you hit him up about coming out tomorrow? Because he's always up for jumping on stage.
Well, it depends on, if Geezer's watching Aston Villa, you never
True.
want to interrupt Geezer at an Aston Villa game. So in case he's watching his beloved soccer team, you don't want to interrupt that. But no, of course, Geezer can always come out. Geezer's the best.
And the other guy that's here in Vegas is your BLS bandmate, Dario, who just put out some cool music with his own band. So he's in town too. Hopefully he'll make it out.
Yes, he's got the Dark Chapel. So he's busy, keeping busy with the Dark Chapel right now. So, yeah, we just saw Dario the other day. He had to come up and pick up some fiddles and stuff like that when we were at Zakk Sabbath boot camp.
So are you out? So how many? I know you got Vegas tomorrow at Brooklyn Bowl. How many more Zakk Sabbath dates are there in this run?
I think we're going out until January 12th, December 1st, January 12th.
So people online should just check online, see where the other dates are, because obviously we're broadcasting to the whole country, so there could be a date coming near you. Again, Zoso doing Zeppelin on here, the Iron Maiden's doing Maiden on here. It's a fun night, songs everybody's going to know. And when you did the Berserkus, you did this all there. Was that where this kind of started there, right?
Well, yeah. I've like you said, we've been friends with all the bands and everything like that. And pretty much everybody that was even on the Berserkus, whether it's, Rival Sons, Clutch, and all the guys like stuff like that, we've known everybody. So I was just like, let's ask the guys if they want to get together. And, play this high school keg party, you know what I mean? So that's where it all came from. But the whole thing is when we were out doing the Berserkus, it was just like, yeah, it would be a great idea. Why don't we go out and do a Zakk Sabbath run? We'll all roll together. So here we are.
How did Berserkus go? You want to do that again?
It was great. Yeah, without a doubt. Every year. And knock it out. And then, eventually just build it into, what I'd like to do is just a rolling tour. Almost kind of like how the Ozfest was back in the day, which was awesome.
Right. Hey, let me hit you with a couple other things before I let you go. How did you find the whole experience of doing the performance for Ozzy for the Hall of Fame induction?
It was great. It was just, it was awesome seeing, when we were rehearsal, Billy Idol, and then you had Maynard, and, Joey rolled, we didn't get a chance to do in rehearsals. He came down to Dave when we got to Cleveland. But, the guys obviously stepping out of their wheelhouse to honor the boss and everything like that. So I thought it was great. But, and then seeing everybody there and, obviously playing with Chad. Adam Wakeman was on the keys, so it was great seeing Adam again and jamming with him. And then obviously Father Roberto over there on the bass. So it was great. And it was awesome.
Did you get a chance to spend much time to Ozzy and talk to him about the night, backstage or after or before or anything?
Well, yeah, I still text him all the time. We text him wherever I'm sending him goofy stuff, but or he sends me like ridiculous stuff. But yeah, he thought it was. It was a big deal for Oz. You know what I mean? So it was just great all around.
Of course, everybody knows you've been doing Pantera now for a couple years. What's the plan going forward with those guys?
I guess we're getting ready to roll in January, late January. Then we go out January all throughout February. We're doing some shows over there. Then obviously we got the Metallica shows coming back around. And I think we're going to be doing some more shows. All throughout 2025. It's going to be all Pantera.
Have you guys talked about, I know it's come up a little bit here and there, the idea of doing new music? Are you interested in doing that?
Yeah, either doing Pantera versions of Lady Gaga songs and, Justin Bieber. Let's just stay in line with that. You only choose the best.
And Selmo sings the beeps.
Well, then
Can you imagine that?
Taylor Swift in there as well, because you're talking about true power. There you go.
Can you imagine Anselmo singing that? That would be priceless, man. I would pay big money to hear that.
There's nothing Phil can't sing. Bring it on.
But do you look at this as more of just staying as a tribute to the guys, or is there an interest in you that you'd like to make new stuff and create new music?
Well, how can anybody look at it as anything other than celebrating what they achieved and what they create? I think it's a beautiful thing. I mean, because it's just, the Pantera faithful going at it said, they can go, man, I saw when they were playing a club in front of 8 people. And then, then you have all the younger kids that were like, my older brother went and saw him back in the day. And, so they know about the legend of Pantera and what the band was. I mean, it was just an unbelievable, unstoppable wrecking ball, force of doom over there. But it's just sort of to bring everybody together. I think it's a beautiful thing because you're celebrating what, with St. Dime, St. Benny, and obviously Phil and Rex created this amazing thing. So it's more than just a band. So, I mean, it's more of a cultural thing as well. So everybody just gets a chance to hear these songs again live. So, and you're celebrating Dime's greatness. For me, it's like celebrating when I do the Experience Hendrix. We're all up there, paying tribute to Jimmy's greatness and what he created. And then the same thing when I'm playing with Oz, when I'm playing what Randy wrote with Ozzy. And then when I'm playing the Jake stuff too, you're celebrating Bark at the Moon and Shot in the Dark and all this cool stuff. So, to me, it's win-win. It's just, how could it be bad? You're celebrating this amazing thing that the guys created.
You mentioned seeing Pantera early on. The first time I saw Pantera, I saw him at the Fast Lane in Asbury Park. There's about 30 people there. I'll never forget it. That's the first time I saw Pantera. When did you see him the first time, Zakk? When was the first time you saw him play?
The first time I saw Pantera was when we did Donington in 93, 94. So it was, and it was just like, wow. It's like this music is like custom made for this environment. I mean, it was just like completely built for it. So, just the sheer power of, them playing. It was just like, wow, this is like really special. It was undeniable. I mean, it's just like hearing Adele sing. If we were in a Holiday Inn and her sitting there, a guy playing a piano and her singing, it's just like, wow, this is like pretty amazing.
And lastly, before I let you go, tell what's happening with BLS? What do you got coming with Black Label?
Actually, tomorrow when we get done, tonight we're rolling with the Ventura, California chapter. We rolled with the San Francisco chapter, Berserkers, last night. I guess we're going into the Vatican tomorrow on the day off, and we're going to finish tracking some things. So just like how we did the Gallows, just going to be putting songs out and stuff like that, and probably 2026 put the new Black Label album out. But we're just recording and stockpiling right now.
But you're not off tomorrow. You're playing Vegas tomorrow.
No, we're not playing Vegas tomorrow.
All right.
We're doing Ventura tonight, and then we're doing Vegas the next day.
Wait, today's Monday, right? Hold on a second. Let me see something. Oh, you're right. I got the wrong date. You know what? My phone changed the thing. I'm wrong. You're right. I kept saying tomorrow. The Zakk Sabbath show is Wednesday at the Brooklyn Bowl here in Vegas.
Well, that's what happens when you're thinking about UFO albums and song, the order of the songs on each UFO album. You can rattle it off. It's hard to fix things into that brain of yours. That's a lot of information, bro.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I went to Japan recently for the first time with Sammy Hagar. He took me on that tour with him and Satriani. And when I was there, I put this date in my calendar, and you know that the time zone there, and it reverted, it pushed it into Tuesday. I realized just what I did. Holy shit, I can't believe that. I was planning, I was going to come to the Brooklyn Bowl tomorrow, Zach.
Sammy and Joe in there. You can throw Sammy and Joe in there. We all know it's because you're thinking about Michael Schenker and UFO. Okay?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with that either. The funniest thing was, until you just said that, I was going to the Brooklyn Bowl tomorrow night. I would have been sitting there bowling. Where's Zakk?
It's a good thing we just discovered this.
Where's Zakk? I thought he was supposed to be here. Man, the crowd's a little light.
And it would just give you more time to listen to UFO with Michael Schenker. So look at it that way. It's still win-win.
Well, I'm glad you corrected me for once. So you're in Ventura tonight, and then you're at the Brooklyn Bowl here in Vegas on Wednesday, December 4th. Jesus, God, I'm sorry, man.
Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, Father Ed?
All right, now it makes sense to me. And we should mention you're doing. You missed a couple Experience Hendrix dates because you had to go play with Ozzy at the Hall, but you are going to do more of those next year too, right?
Yes, without a doubt. It's always a great time, man. Everybody. I mean, it's also like my Experience Hendrix family over there. So because everybody knows everybody, and it's a great time. Listen, to everybody whipping it up every night. It's a good time, buddy.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, you got so much going on. I should also mention you've got a great line of guitars and amps and gear. That's all rolling too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. Jimmy Dunlop, all the pedals, all that good stuff. The new guitars. We got the Wrath Maker coming out pretty soon, so that's a new body shape and everything like that. So yeah, life's good. Just having fun, man.
All right, man. Well, listen, say hi to JD, and I'm gonna now try to show up on Wednesday and see you guys. I'm glad we figured that out. Holy shit, I had you there tomorrow the whole time. My God, what an idiot.
It's all good, buddy.
How you feeling about our Giants, buddy? What do you think? Next year?
First year, we're gonna be. I'm feeling right now. Next year's first round draft pick, man. We got to tank. We got to tank the rest of the way, man. We need to do it. We need to get a quarterback in here. Exactly. You did how to get Joe Montana out of retirement. Just give him number 16. Give him Frank Gifford's number.
Bring back Eli at this point, man. He's doing enough commercials. Maybe he could take a couple snaps at some point. Who knows?
Exactly. Either that or bring Broadway Joe back. Joe Namath, buddy. Put him in a Giant uniform. He already played for the Jets.
Oh, man. Listen, I'll let you go. Thank you for the time, man. I'll see you when you get here to Vegas, and say hi to the guys and to your wife, and we'll hang soon.
You got it, Father Ed. I'll talk to you in a little bit, buddy.
All right. Man. See you, Zakk. Bye-bye. There he goes, Zakk Wylde.